I really don't care what happens to her at all. I don't care. Like, everybody they tiptoe around with this social media. But what y'all don't get is that it be real consequence for y'all little flexes, y'all quick flexes for $300 that you need. It be consequences for that.
Cameras caught it, and now the internet is melting down. It was just 3 minutes before the video hit every major platform when Aaron jumped Iman, fists flying right in front of Tayana's house. No one expected it to go down like that. This wasn't some rumors swirling in the fan pages. This wasn't staged. This was raw, violent, and real. And it all unraveled in public, in daylight, in front of someone who might just be the key to it all. Teyana. The question everyone is asking is simple but impossible to answer. Why now? What made Aaron snap? What was Iman doing there? And most of all, where does Tayana fit in the middle of this explosive confrontation? For weeks, whispers had been growing, but nobody thought it would come to this. Not fists, not screams, not blood. But it did. And everything was caught on camera. The video starts calm. You see Aaron pacing on a quiet street. He looks like he hasn't slept. His hands keep going to his phone, then his hair, then his pockets. He's not just waiting, he's burning up inside. Then a black SUV pulls up. Everyone watching knows it instantly. Iman, the second he steps out, Aaron doesn't even hesitate. No words. No greetings, just rage. He bolts straight for him and throws the first punch. The phone recording the moment shakes wildly. Screams erupt from the background. A woman's voice cuts through it. It sounds like Tayana yelling, begging them to stop. But they don't. Not right away. Punches land. One of them stumbles. It's brutal and completely unfiltered. Within seconds, two men rush in to pull them apart. But not before enough damage is done to spark a wildfire across social media. The clip is only 22 seconds long, but it does more than go viral. It explodes. Within minutes, it's everywhere. TikTok edits, Twitter hashtags, Reddit threads trying to piece together every frame. Fans instantly recognize Tayana's house. They start asking, who filmed this? Why were both men there? Was this just a coincidence or something way darker? To understand what just happened, we have to go back. Because Aaron and Iman were always enemies. They moved in the same industry circles, nodded at the same events. At one point, there was even talk of them working on something together. But that was before the rumors. Before Aaron and Tayana started showing up places together. Before the photos dot at first, fans thought it was harmless. Maybe they were just collaborating on music. But then came the hints. The comments that seemed too flirty. The matching outfits. The way Aaron would be seen at Tayana's shows, not backstage, but in the front row, watching like a man possessed. Then came the most undeniable evidence. Them leaving a late-night event in the same car. People started asking real questions. Where was Iman? Why hadn't he said anything? Sources close to him said he was furious but trying to keep it quiet. But Aaron? He was doing the opposite. His post got bolder. One even said, some women are better off with kings, and fans instantly connected the dots. Things hit a boiling point when Tayana showed up at a private party without Iman, but she was wearing Aaron's limited edition merch. It wasn't subtle. It wasn't a coincidence. People knew what they were looking at. And it was only a matter of time before someone snapped. The fight didn't come out of nowhere. It was brewing. People close to the situation say that Iman had dropped something off at Tayana's house earlier that day. Maybe something for their daughter, maybe something more. Then Aaron showed up. Some say it was on purpose. Some say it was a trap. That same day, a voice note started making rounds online. It was allegedly Aaron, and he didn't hold back. If he pulls up, it's on site, and done being quiet. Then a cryptic Instagram story from one of Iman's longtime friends said, he's about to make someone regret everything they posted. Both men knew a collision was coming. What they didn't know was how it would end out. What we saw on video was not two celebs doing a PR stunt. That was rage. That was betrayal. That was years of tension exploding in one unplanned moment. And Tayana? She was inside, caught between the two people who once meant the most to her. Her voice was in the video, pleading, scared. But she still hasn't said anything since. Not a single post, but her fans are watching closely. Right before the fight, she shared a quote on her Instagram story. "Sometimes silence is the loudest." Answer: was that aimed at Aaron? At Iman? At the fans? Nobody knows. But everyone's speculating. Some say she's playing both sides. Others think she had no idea the fight would happen. And a few are even suggesting she wanted it to. Insiders say she's emotionally torn, still tethered to Iman by years of love and parenting, but drawn to Aaron in a way that's deeper than just chemistry. She's always been private, but this mess? It's too loud to stay quiet. And the more silent she stays, the more people wonder what she's really hiding. The internet hasn't picked a side. It's chaos. Some fans say Aaron was right to lash out, that Iman has been sneak dissing him for months. Others think Aaron is a clout chaser using Tayana to boost his profile. Then there are those who think Iman is the real victim, that he got baited into showing up and walked right into a setup. The hashtag Justice for Iman started trending just hours after the video hit Twitter. Fans demanded answers, demanded accountability. Meanwhile, Aaron's camp stayed eerily silent. No statement, no denial, no apology, just quiet. And then came the memes. Slow motion fight recaps, fake movie trailers, AI recreations of the fight. For some, it's entertainment. For others, it's heartbreaking. Teyana and Iman were once one of the internet's favorite couples. People rooted for them, watched them build a family. Now everything feels like it's unraveling, and no one knows who to trust. Even influencers and gossip channels can't agree. Everyone claims to have the exclusive angle, the true story. But the truth? It's still hiding somewhere in between the chaos. And then came the theories. The internet's favorite sports speculation. As soon as the video surfaced and started spreading like wildfire, people online did what they do best. They picked apart every second of it, frame by frame, and started constructing their own versions of the truth. Within hours, social media was flooded with theories, each more dramatic than the last. Some fans were quick to claim that Aaron and Tayana had actually been together for months, secretly dating behind closed doors, with Iman completely in the dark the entire time. According to this version of events, Iman only recently discovered their relationship and reacted the way anyone might if they felt betrayed. The timing, they say, was too perfect to be coincidence. Something had to have been going on behind the scenes for longer than anyone publicly admitted. But then there were others who flipped that theory on its head. This wasn't about love or jealousy, they argued. This was a cover-up, a distraction. A loud, messy, headline-grabbing argument designed to pull focus away from something far more serious. According to this group, the fight was entirely staged, not real at all. Just a convenient smokescreen to deflect attention from an ongoing lawsuit involving one of Iman's companies. The fight, they claimed, was meant to go viral. It was meant to dominate the conversation, to keep people from asking questions about financial documents, NDAs, and corporate misconduct. Then came the theory that really took off online, that the video wasn't leaked by accident, and definitely not by a bystander. A particularly detailed Reddit thread claimed the footage was actually leaked by a third party who had a specific agenda, someone who wanted to destroy Aaron's image and credibility, someone with a grudge or a motive. Maybe a rival, maybe someone from Tayana's past, maybe even someone in Iman's camp. No one knows for sure, but the thread connected dots that made a lot of people pause. It didn't just speculate, it presented timestamps, past interviews, and even old tweets that people had forgotten about. To some, it felt like the closest thing to the truth they'd seen yet, but even that wasn't the final twist. Another theory flipped it all again. Aaron leaked the video himself, not out of desperation, but out of defiance. This version paints Aaron as someone tired of being misunderstood, someone who wanted to send a message that he wasn't scared of Iman and never had been. Leaking the clip, in that theory, was his way of taking control of the narrative, to show the world that he could stand his ground, to paint himself not as the villain, but as the victim, or at least as someone refusing to be intimidated. And then there's the question of timing. Some fans think the whole encounter was no accident. They believe Tayana scheduled both men to come by at roughly the same time, either on purpose, to force a confrontation, or by mistake, due to miscommunication or bad timing. According to whispers on private forums, there's allegedly security footage from nearby houses that shows way more than the 22 seconds we've all seen. Maybe it shows who arrived first, who said what before filming began, or whether the situation was already heated when the cameras started rolling. But until that additional footage, if it even exists, comes out, all anyone has is that brief, chaotic clip. 22 seconds. That's what people are using to build entire stories. As for what happens next, things are getting serious. Sources close to the situation are saying that legal action is being considered. Lawyers are involved now. There's talk that medical reports might be in play, especially given how quickly Aaron left the scene. Some say he was injured. Others say he just didn't want to escalate things. Iman, on the other hand, reportedly stayed behind and was seen speaking with someone who looked like security or possibly law enforcement. But so far, no one has been officially charged. Not yet, at least. The situation is still unfolding, and everyone involved seems to be treading carefully. Neither side has issued a clear statement. Tayana's representatives have declined to comment. Entirely no explanation, no clarification, just silence. Which, of course, only fuels the fire. The more they stay quiet, the more people assume there's something to hide. And now, the consequences are starting to creep beyond just public perception. There's chatter that major brand deals might be at risk. Sponsorships, partnerships, endorsement contracts, none of these companies want to be tied to drama, especially the kind that involves potential legal fallout or reputational damage. A few brands have already started pulling back. Not officially cutting ties, but quietly distancing themselves, just in case. And this story? It's not dying down, not even close. If anything, it's building. Every day that passes without a statement just increases the pressure. Everyone's waiting for someone to break the silence, to give the full picture. But from the way things are going, it's clear this isn't over. If anything, it's just getting started. This wasn't the climax. This wasn't the resolution. This was the opening act, the start of something much bigger. And when the next part drops, it might blow the whole thing wide open. You saw the fight. You heard the shouts. But now it's your turn to weigh in. Was Aaron defending something real? Did Iman get played? Or is Tayana the one quietly running this entire situation? Drop your thoughts below, don't hold back. Smash that like button if you were shocked by what you saw. Hit subscribe if you want to stay locked in as the next chapter unfolds. Because if there's one thing we know for sure, this drama is just getting started.